Hello and welcome to episode 3 of Like Father, Like Son. With me, Jordan, as always, and Mark. Mark, introduce yourself for the first time
Hi,
ever.
I am this boy's dad. What a great intro.
What a great intro. I didn't think you were going to do it as good as that, I'm going to be honest.
Thank you.
You know when you're kind of going, I've set him up for something.
Yeah, no, I summed it right up there, didn't I? Hi, I am this boy's dad. I like that.
And that's how we are kicking off episode 3.
Yes. Come on.
So I've actually seen quite a funny story, and we're going to go straight into it.
Straight in there.
And I was reading it actually today, and it's that British Airways, they were... why have you pushed your glasses up like that?
I don't know why I did that when it was like British Airways, and I just pushed my glasses up as if to say, I'm the pilot of this...
Yeah, and I noticed that, and it was weird. So,
right.
But British Airways, they accidentally flew all the way from London to Edinburgh instead of Dusseldorf. Now that's impressive to get it that wrong.
Yeah.
So what they've done is, they've all sat down, and none of the passengers knew.
Well,
that
obviously,
it was no, until they got into Edinburgh, and the pilot said, "Oh, you have now landed in Edinburgh." And they were all a bit like, well, we shouldn't have.
Yeah, that's like that bit. Oh, have we?
Yeah, and
And
the funny thing is that, so like, obviously, like the BBC article, they get all these people's tweets in and all of that of like people actually on the plane. And one of them was just irate the fact that they'd run out of snacks and it was getting stuffy. That's actually someone's tweet. I was getting stuffy and it ran out of snacks. So what had happened is that the pilot had been given like the wrong flight information.
Do you think it's terrifying though that they could literally just land in the wrong airport? I just can't feel like how can that happen?
But they were then complaining that we were in Edinburgh for 2.5 hours and then they flew us to Dusseldorf. I'm still quite impressed at the turnaround time there. That's 2.5 hours. Like a lot of airports,
How you have no airport knowledge? I don't know where this is coming from.
No, all I'm saying is that when we went to Australia, we were sitting in Dubai for 4 hours just to wait for another plane.
Right.
So to be on the same plane, and then to get the turnaround, I thought the turnaround time was quite impressive. 2.5 hours,
25 seconds. Just turn the plane around and get going again, mate.
All the way to Dusseldorf, where you should have been. Yeah, Germany, Edinburgh. Different cultures.
Exactly. Just like, what can you not get in Edinburgh that you're looking for in Germany? I mean...
Efficiency.
Oh, see, it hurts because I'm Scottish and Edinburgh's my home city.
Yeah. this is a very genuine, like a sweeping statement, shall we say.
Yeah.
A generalisation was the word I was going for.
Good one.
Is that... You're only really good at fishing, aren't you? Like Germany, like they just get everything. They're just good at everything, and Scottish people can fish quite well.
Well,
like Trawlerman, Channel 4, Trawlerman, great TV.
We're also good at tossing the caber. Do you know what that is?
No.
Like in the Highland Games.
Is that the big tree?
Big tree thing. Yeah, we're good at that. Give us credit. We're also good at curling. We're quite good at... I don't mean curling your hair. I mean the actual sport curling.
What
did you mean?
Curling one out. I don't know.
What's curling one out?
I don't know.
Wow!
I think I might have to edit that out.
I did not know what that is, and I feel like...
I don't... Wow. Let's just move on.
Yeah. What...
Last it.
You've thrown
We're
me.
also good at... Yeah, there you go.
All right, okay. We're also good at curling.
Okay.
Like not as in hair and hairbrushes, but as in...
that's not, plaits and...
No, curling the sport. We're good at that.
I think that's... Well, I mean, we'll talk about it later, but I think that's the only sport you might be good at.
Right. Anyway, but last time we talked about introvert, extrovert, but I think... There's a different way. Oh, I can see your confusion. But when you see what I'm going to do right now, is like people say, oh, are you an introvert? Are you an extrovert? I think there's a better way to kind of work out who people are, and that is, how are you in airports?
Are you a chilled person in an airport?
Yes.
Or a stress head
Exactly.
in an airport?
Because, listen, I'm married to what can only be called a stress head when it comes to airports.
Could have said wonderful woman.
Could've.
You had the opportunity there
had the
to say some
opportunity.
great words.
Yeah, and I want to say stress head in an airport because she really, really is. Matt, right, my wife, who happens to be your mother, is a great person.
I think we've established that.
We've established that. And I think she's an excellent, wonderful human being. On about 99 things in life, I could say she's up there. She's one of the best. But when it comes to airports, she's an absolute nightmare because she's one of those, checks her passport about 1,000 times a second, yeah? Keeps on making sure she's got tickets, makes sure everybody else has got tickets, makes sure complete strangers have got their ticket. I mean...
I've got to a point once with mum in an airport where we're taking other people to their gate. And I've been a bit like,
take it down a notch or two, Tamsin. And it's like everywhere we've got to be there hours before. Do you know what I mean?
She always overestimates how long, like, when security and it takes 15 minutes. Well, this could have taken an hour and a half very easily, Jordan.
Yeah,
and I'm always
literally.
like, well,
she's like, Tamsin, they're just checking to see if we've got anything on us. They're not going to actually do an internal examination. We don't need to be there 4 days before.
Oh no.
The worst one was, so I'm pretty chilled out, as you know. I like to kind of leave things a little bit last minute.
Yeah.
And
this
one
podcast.
time,
Me, let's think of some stuff. Yeah, sure.
Leaves it to the minute. And one of the things that I did was, we were in an American airport, and we were in the bookstore because I absolutely love looking at the books, and it actually came over the tannoy. Would Mr. and Mrs. Ritchie please make their way to the gate? And can I just say, Tamsin was raging.
Well, I never.
I mean, you can't imagine how annoyed she was.
Oh, no, I can. Because she's been that annoyed at me by me breathing, I think, at one point.
No,
we're joking. She's a lovely woman, but I love
lady. A lovely lady.
I love the way that people in airports. There's two very different approaches. You're either the stress head, or you are the very chilled out, very relaxed. I don't know. I think I'm a bit of a stress head. I'm going to be honest. I need to get there. I need to just be there. And I just need to wait.
Like you are,
because I just don't like it. I don't like. Yeah, I am a bit like my mum.
Yeah,
and I am just a bit like, everything needs to be just there, and it's
what I quite like about you, and I do think this is true, is that outwardly you look very cool. You look cooler than me, right?
I do the chilled vibe.
Right, yeah. I've never been cool. I've always looked a bit of a dweeb. But you look quite cool, yeah. But inward, you are a nightmare. It's like internally, you are not cool. You are like the most uncool person ever.
Okay, this is getting...
Yeah, no, we're going psychology. Let's go psychology. Why are you alive? Why are you alive?
I mean, just wow. Are you going to do the intro for this? Scraping the barrel? Let's go. Lots of energy.
Scraping the barrel.
I hate every time you do that. So, this is the part of the show where we do Scraping the Barrel, and that is when you say you're on a car journey and it's got to 3 hours in, you're kind of scraping the barrel with the conversation, shall we say. And that's where we like to find random topics and kind of give each other a little bit of time to sort of make it funny, just interesting in any way, really.
Can I start?
Yeah, of course you can.
So my one, I've obviously got to do the voice because I feel...
and he's got a weird voice for it, so...
And
that is it.
Have you ever stayed up the whole night?
It's like so we don't really talk about them that much before we do them. And so the last time we were recording, to get myself into the zone, I had this really, really strong Ethiopian coffee. Yes. And let's just say that I was in the zone. We did a good episode and recorded it, all of that. Going to sleep, though, not the easiest of things. when this Ethiopian coffee is making you want to jump up and down.
Oh yeah, it really has an impact on you.
Coffee makes me go a little bit mental, I'm going to be honest.
I can fall asleep drinking a double espresso.
No, I've seen it happen. I've seen you on the tube coming back from the football when you'd literally just had a double espresso and you're falling asleep standing up.
Yeah.
And I'm just looking at you like, that's almost impressive. Like nobody else would
But
be
I
able to
quite
stand
like the
up.
thought that you had the same coffee as me and then you could not sleep for 18 hours.
It literally got to a point where, like, it gets to that point where it's 5:30 in the morning. Obviously, I've got to be up at 7:30 anyway to get to work and stuff. And you just kind of go like, there's not a lot of point now.
Yeah.
Like,
It's like you're desperate for sleep, desperate for... Oh, right, well,
Yeah.
we're staying up. That's what we're doing.
That's what we're doing. And like, you kind of got to a point where you're just like, right, well, I'll just get stupidly ready for work. Like, you're having a shower, you're brushing your teeth.
Have you ever, like some people have stayed up, like, and got amazing stories of seeing the sunrise and all that. Have you ever done that? I've literally got nothing. Like, when it comes to sleep, I'm just pretty boring. I'm like, I go to bed and I get up again.
Nah, I kind of go through waves. I go through waves of, like, sleeping way too much or not sleeping at all.
Oh, wow.
Like, it literally can be different weeks.
Oh,
so,
wow.
like, this week's a sleeping a lot week. It's kind of...
Is that actually in your diary as sleeping a lot week?
No, but it'll get to 9:30 and it's like, I need to go to sleep right now.
Really?
And get up at 7:30.
I mean, this is a little side
12
one.
hours
When was it? What's the earliest you've been to bed for a while? Like, because what time do you go to bed and be like it's 8:30? This is ridiculous. I'm going to bed at like 8:45.
Well, I mean, if you're going if you're going on from that conversation of I'd not slept for the whole night, I actually went to sleep at 3 p.m. Which is like
The next day?
Yeah.
Well, like straight after work, you just went to bed.
Just got in, bang.
Yeah.
I actually said to my boss that I didn't feel very well, so I had to go home to sleep.
He's probably listening to
Yeah.
this, and you've lost your job. But I was with someone recently, and I was traveling. Yeah, travel, get over it. And I was traveling, and in this place, and at 8:45, it was the old. And this guy's like, I'm like looking at him. Oh, I think we're going to bed now. I think like that's what's happening. It's like 8:45. The last time I went to bed at 8:45, I was 9.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I'm quite late to going to sleep though.
Yeah, I don't.
Because I only really like being in bed and going to sleep if I'm actually gonna sleep. I'm not really one of those people that spends half an hour.
Yeah, likes reading, likes getting the old phone out, doing all that malarkey.
If I'm in bed, I'm sleeping.
Yeah, no, there you go.
Good.
Well, that's that conversation.
Right,
Done and dusted, scraping the barrel.
So mine is, I think this might be a bit of a generational thing. I'm not sure. This is what, testing out the waters. But did you ever bring in sweets to school when it was your birthday?
Right, I can answer that straight and easy. No. Because that is stupid.
See, but there's a lot of people that I've spoken to. So, like, I've noticed it in like the school that I work in as well. If it's your birthday, you bring in a cake. It's like the adult version.
Yeah.
And then I'm thinking back to school days. It was always like you brought in the sweets. That never made sense.
I have a massive problem with that. It's your birthday.
That's what I've always said. But a lot of people are like, no, you bring in the cake.
So it's your birthday and you bring in the cake?
Yeah.
No,
like there's loads of people.
No? What is joyous and celebration about me staying up all night making a cake for all these people that actually I'm not that bothered about? And I hope you love the cake. Choke on it.
See, why do you always go so dark with everything? I mean, I fully understand, and this is what I was trying to say, and weirdly enough, we agree on it, But a load of people, well, not a load of people, but the people that I've spoke to about this have always been very much like, oh no, yeah, but you always bring in your own cake to give to everybody else.
What do you do? Buy your own presents as well. Sing happy birthday to yourself. What's happening here?
This is what I'm saying. And for the first time in my life, I'm looking at you going, I agree with you.
Have your own party. Just like what is the point at your birthday if all it means is you've got to do everything? That is a rubbish birthday in my
But it's
opinion.
like the party bags. Like that you kind of, when people come to your birthday party.
Oh man, they've gone ridiculous now, haven't they? Like kids, I know we're off on a tangent, but
Yeah, 100%.
kids' birthday bags now, they've got blooming, like, you know,
So it used to
remote
be
control speedboats in them.
it used to be a bit of cake and a few sweets
That
in a
was
bag.
it, exactly.
Done as dusted.
Done as dusted. I don't even know what that is.
Move on. But now you are literally getting. I don't even want to know. Like,
No, I know.
It's stupid
People,
stuff.
it's like, you know,
It's like, oh,
a
do you want
season ticket for Manchester City. It's like, wow.
It's
Who
like
are these people?
Oh,
I
wow.
want, never mind my kid having that. I want the blooming birthday bag.
Yeah.
You give that to daddy right now, little Tony? I want to say Tony.
And you've said it.
And I've
So that's great. But so I'm actually really quite happy to say that we've agreed on something
That is,
for the first time.
you started this by saying generational. I feel like we have crossed the generations and we have met in the middle.
High five it.
High five. Oh, rubbish.
So, yeah, we've agreed on that. And I was just going to bring us on to the next part of our amazing podcast, which is random review.
Oh,
And
we got a lot of love for last time.
Yeah, I knew you were quite eager to say some stuff on it. And so today we're not going as random. We're going a bit more reviewy. Because obviously last week was odd.
Last time we got a lot of love for the talcum powder.
People loved it.
review.
People genuinely loved it.
Yeah. And just to say that I got some people writing into me to say, oh, you said there was only 2 kinds. There's loads of talcum powders out there. Okay.
Was it your
It's
mum
just
by
a
any
bit-
chance?
Why? Because I did that voice.
Yeah.
It was actually my sister. My sister got in touch to tell me that there are loads of talcum powders
If you're
out there.
someone not related to us and you're listening, just say hello. It would be nice to know that I'm not just talking
Don't
to my
use
family.
this podcast to keep the family together. That's
Yeah.
all we're saying. No, it's like I really did enjoy my sister sort of feeling that she wanted to tell me that there were loads of talcum powders out there, as if like, oh great.
Why
well,
does she know that there's loads of
Well, I'll
talcum
go and
powder?
get myself another few. I'm still using those that we used last time. No.
I have actually heard through the grapevine, my mum, that you are now just using any opportunity to use talcum powder.
I'm addicted now. I'm addicted to that white powder.
He's not talking about drugs. Do not do drugs.
To all the kids out there, don't do drugs. Don't. We've written a song. Don't do drugs. Don't do drugs. The bad.
That was
I have made myself so happy doing that.
That was so odd. As in, if this random review couldn't get any more odd just from last week, it's got
Right.
more weird.
But
so
we're
what we wanted to
reviewing.
talk about, is that there's a sketch show. They are called Foil Arms and Hogs, and they're kind of just 3 comedians that go around doing a sketch show together. We got to see them on their UK tour, and we would like to say that they're still on their UK tour right now. They also go to the Edinburgh Fringe every single year, and I think what we're actually just reviewing them as is if you get any opportunity to see them, you need to see them.
They were so funny. I mean, get on their website. I mean, genuinely, this is a review where we are saying 10 out of 10, are we?
Yeah,
I
definitely.
mean, it was the funniest night. I even did that thing that I hate when people do it, but I genuinely did it, where I was really, really laughing, and then I was turning to you and like laughing in your face. And it's like...
I noticed that.
You
And I
know,
was looking at you like, do you want to stop doing that?
I hate when people do it. I feel
Yeah, same.
But actually, that's how funny they were. You sort of felt like you wanted to celebrate the moment and laugh in someone else's face.
I mean, they did a lot with the crowd, which was very, very funny. As
Yeah.
in, they pick on the crowd quite a lot. I mean, if you do go, don't sit on the front row.
Don't sit on that.
Unless you
want
want to be involved in the show.
Which,
It's very
if
funny.
you do, what is wrong with you? I mean,
You don't want that.
You don't want that. You really don't.
I would say the one slight criticism of it was I think that actually it was like one of their first ever tour dates in the UK, I think.
Yeah.
But there was a few times when they sort of got out of character or they started laughing a little bit when they were supposed to be serious. I think you could notice it was a little bit raw, shall we say.
Right.
But by the time you guys see it, I'm sure that it will be more polished.
Can I just say, what a critical piece of... I mean, they even made that funny when they got the words wrong or they, like, one or two...
No, I'm not saying that... I'm not
having it, Jordan. 10 out of 10. I could not have had a better night. I really could not have. It was one of those nights...
Unless I'd taken...
Unless it had been with somebody different to you, yeah. It was like you were just sitting there being a critical. No, they even got a bit. They actually did get a bit where they tried to do this thing with the crowd, with a jury. They made like a little jury, and actually it didn't really kind of work. And
no, it was quite... The way that they made that funny was they kind of tried to introduce this jury and tried to make it funny.
Yeah.
And they kind of just... left it alone because I think none of them kind of came up with anything.
Yeah.
And then at the very end, they were like, thanks to the jury. And then they just kind of started talking about how difficult it was and how they had nothing to say about this jury.
Which then became hilarious and actually did get them lots of gags. No, I mean, listen, they're funny. It's little sketches that they do.
It's their improvising, isn't it? It's their improvising.
And they're from Ireland, aren't they?
Yeah. I mean, quite distinctive accents that they've all got, which I would have said Irish. So
that's because
are they from Ireland? Yeah.
I think we've cleared that up.
Let's whittle it down to each.
Definitely 3 Irish guys. And no, honestly, go. Get on that website and check out where they are.
Get on that website. You've said that 3 times now.
I feel but sometimes.
But get on that website. No. Get on the website.
Sometimes you feel like I don't feel like we made a massive dent in the talcum powder industry, right? I'm going to be honest. I'm not sure many people went out and bought talcum powder.
And if you did, little weird. Yeah.
But I kind of do hope that we do get people actually saying, we listened to your review, we actually went, and it was absolutely brilliant. I hope people do that.
I would love that. Yeah, I think that they deserve it, to be honest with you. I mean, I've actually met them. So
I know.
I do feel like a sort of sense of like, oh, they should actually do really well. Like, but the thing is that when you see them, you're like, you just do want them to do really well because they are just really funny and they are really like good at what they do.
Right.
Like, and very creative. You can say that as well.
100%.
So I mean, I would always like to think that my improvising skills I could be in that group. You know, there's 3 of them. If you want to make it 4.
This is what he said on the night, and it's awkward. It's awkward when your son says
I've got a great Irish accent and I could talk like this to make sure that I'm in the group.
Yeah, he was doing that as well, and other people could hear. It's like, what do you say to your son when he says,
I'm Father Ted. Top of the morning to you.
I think we're all asking.
Potatoes.
The crowd right now are screaming, please stop that, yeah? And potatoes, that's racism because there is more to Ireland than potatoes. Yeah? I feel I got a better aggressive. Defending the Irish people. I hate it. There's more to Ireland than potatoes, okay? Leave it. Now, but what I'd like to say though is, what do you say to your son when he says, oh, Dad, I think I'm that funny, I could be in a group like that? And inside, you just got the burning words, no, you can't. You're actually a bit dull. Do you know what I'm saying?
And on that note, I just want to move on because, this is just feelings right at a minimum. And talking of the Commonwealth, the sports sections that's not really a sports
section that isn't really a sports section. Don't take drug, kids. It's bad. It's bad.
I didn't want to keep that in, but I've had to. So we're talking Scotland got beaten 3-0 by Kazakhstan. And I didn't even know that Kazakhstan had a football team.
Was even a country.
Now that is racist. No, I'm joking. I've been watching a lot of The Office. David Brent, all the way. But 3-0 to a team that you just shouldn't have lost to. It's pretty funny. And I kind of, obviously, you're Scottish. My boss is Scottish. I'm a little bit like, this is going to be hilarious. I walk into work. We're all a bit like, hey, 3-0, Kazakhstan, hey. And he wasn't up for it at all. Like, those people that you speak to and you'll be like, hey, and they're right, well. And he just gave me about 16 different reasons why Scotland should have won or Kazakhstan with a better team or just all of these rubbish excuses for his team losing 3-0. And I'm just looking at him like, you have so taken this the wrong way. But to a point where we were at work, he had it on the radio. They obviously, Kazakhstan had gone up 2-0 quite early on. Radio, straight off.
Straight off.
Straight
2-0. He didn't even listen to the rest.
Didn't even listen to it. Because I came in and went, oh, what's the score? If you turn the radio off, he went, well, and just like mumbled to a point where you're like, I'm guessing Scotland are losing. I'm just going to leave it. I'm going to leave it right there.
Well, what I'd like to say is that Theresa May should get the Scottish manager, Alex McLeish, on her cabinet because she is struggling to get us out of Europe, and he can get you out of Europe in a jiff, I'll tell you. he got Scotland out of Europe in 90 minutes.
Brilliant.
Good.
Brilliant.
You like
little
that?
bit political.
Where we've done a
good.
Brexit joke. Hey, listen, if you want your Brexit updates, come to Like Father, Like Son. No.
And I want to stay very much clear of that. But it was also, I was thinking as well, is that I was kind of thinking of things of like people not taking things very, very well. And it was kind of a bit like my birthday party.
Oh, you absolute
I absolutely lost it.
Oh,
because I'd lost the game of football. And it was just so, like looking back, it's so embarrassing. But I think I even threw a football boot at you.
Oh,
or
you
something,
did
or
not.
my mate.
Let me tell you, you did not take it well. Set up bit of a football game for your birthday, a party afterwards, food and everything. Yeah, slightly spoiled by the fact that you literally threw one. I mean, so your team lost, right? Now, as a dad, I could have tried and engineered that your team won, but no, treat them tough. Let them learn. That's my view.
I just want to say, I think our formation was set up different. I wanted to be up front. I think I was more in the centre mid role, so I couldn't affect the game.
You were 9. And we all know that boys football, when they're 9, everybody's up front. And then everyone's in defence. And then everyone is basically where the ball is. I just love that when little lads, everyone just runs with the ball.
Yeah.
There's even the goalkeeper. I'm going to run with them.
That's amazing. Because it is, I just remember those games where it's a bit like, I'm pretty sure you're right back and I'm left wing and we're standing right next to each other. Brilliant.
But you lost and it was awkward.
I think I lost it.
You did lose it.
I lost
it. And
like Scotland did the other day.
Oh, that hurt. I felt like I'd maybe navigated my way past the Scottish stuff, and there we are. We're back to it. But no, I mean, just before we do the dad quotes, I've got a good one. Is just to say, yes, Scotland did lose 3-0 to Kazakhstan, but then they went on to beat the mighty San Marino 2-0. So in your face.
Good.
San Marino.
Again, couldn't even tell you where San Marino is.
San Marino, whose goalkeeper is a postman. I mean, no. So, dad quote.
All I'm saying is that why didn't you give me this dad quote after I'd lost the game of football?
Wow.
On you go.
Oh, yeah. I've had a bit of support of my dad quotes because you on the podcast have been a bit harsh recently. The last 2, you've said, "Oh,
I'm Simon Cowell. Make me inspiration."
Yeah, that didn't make sense. And anyway, somebody wrote in and said, I think your dad quotes are good. Don't listen to Jordan. But I've decided I'm going a bit philosophical because you've kind of made it out, oh, yeah, well, obvious. That's a great quote. So this one, I want you to think and I want you to ponder. Here it is.
Go.
Never cease chiseling your own statue.
That is the most egotistical thing. That is such a you thing to do. You are the sort of guy that would want a statue in his back garden.
You've missed it because you're thick, right? It's Plotinus, I think you call him. I don't know. I think I've got that wrong. He's a philosopher. He's a philosopher called Plotinus. Never cease chiseling your own statue. Right. What do you think that means then?
I think I've got it wrong.
Hey! Go on then. Oh,
I'm actually this one's really confused me.
Good. Because the last one you were like, oh,
cease. The word cease.
Right. Do you know what that means? Listen, guys.
Stop.
Good. Well done. Right.
No.
Okay.
Hear me out.
Right, I'm hearing
Never
you.
stop chiseling your own.
Statue.
Yeah, which I'm saying, why are you chiseling a statue of yourself?
Right. And that's the bit why I'm saying, oh dear. Oh, very, very dear. We sent you to a private school, and this is what we've
we
ended.
really did.
Yeah. Scotsman pay money for his kids' education? No way. No.
Norway, another team that's beating you.
Hey. So basically, what it is, because you've not got a clue, have you? It's
No, I haven't got it.
about having your own statue. I mean, what kind
I've taken it literally,
You've
guys.
taken it. You do this a lot. It's not. It's actually about chiseling, kind of cutting away all that is excessive in your life. Yeah, straightening all that is crooked. You know, taking out all the bad stuff, chiseling away, and getting yourself into a good and right place. Kind of your statue, like your inner life. Imagine your statue. This is philosophical. Your statue's like your inner life, and you're getting rid of all the kind of unnecessary bits to become a better person.
Still sounds quite egotistical. Sounds a bit like you just want a statue in your garden
No.
of you.
I did not. Can I say again? I do not want a statue of myself in my garden.
I mean, if that's what you're into, man, like we
No,
can
I
get
think
that arranged.
That's good. I feel like the dad quote is back on.
I feel
back
like
on
you've got
track.
one up. Yeah, cool. You've got one up on me. That's
Yeah,
brilliant. Well
yeah.
done. Proud of you.
Never, friends out there, never cease chiseling your own statue.
Right. Thank you very much for listening to episode 3 of season 2 of Like Father, Like Son. We are on iTunes, YouTube, Spotify. You can find us on anything, Dad. I'm trying to get
Philosophical. Give it a
Philosophical.
rest, mate. Yes.
on social media.
Yeah, I love that.
With
yeah.
Like Father, Like Son.
Great.
All you have to do is just go at Like Father, Like Son podcast.
Yes.
And follow us and subscribe so you never
Great.
miss another episode. Thank you very much for listening and goodbye.
Goodbye.
Thank you for listening to the Like Father, Like Son podcast. If you enjoyed this episode, be sure to subscribe and you'll be notified every time there's a new episode.